This is your News Now Sports.
The Findlay softball team has lost back-to-back games heading into their afternoon doubleheader with GMAC foe Kentucky Wesleyan. The Oilers look to get back in the win column as they return home to Marathon Diamonds after an 8-game road swing. Game 2 of the doubleheader, the Oilers have eyes on a sweep after a 7-4 Game 1 victory. Bottom of the first, Findlay trailing 2-1. Devin Zuro grounds one through the hole. Amanda Del Monte and Rebecca Harvey come around to score as Findlay takes a 3-2 lead. Later on in the inning, Lindsay Seaman grounds one back up the middle. Zuro moves to third as the throw comes to the plate. Seaman will dig for second and the catcher throws it away. Zuro will head to the plate. She scores and here comes Seaman as they wave her around and she is safe. The Oilers take advantage and jump out to a 5-2 lead. Still in the first when Allison Brunner has liftoff as she rips one to deep right field and gone. A solo shot puts Findlay up 4 and the Oilers would complete the sweep with a 12-9 Game 2 victory. To the lacrosse field, Ohio Northern hosting the OAC's top-ranked team in Capital. With a win, the Polar Bears would move into a tie for first place. Second quarter, Anthony Pavoni spins and wins. A fancy finish to cut the Bears' deficit to 2. They are down 5 here when Patrick Moran gets the bad angle goal. It's a 7-3 game. Late second quarter now, Pavoni going one-on-one before cranking one from distance, but the Polar Bears trail by 4 at the break. Third quarter, Mitch Groves with the dodge and finish, but it's still a 4-goal deficit after 3. Final frame now, it's Moran doing the dishing as he feeds Kevin Giles, who finds the back of the net, but the Bears can't complete the comeback as Capital wins this one 11-9. ONU falls to 5-2 in OAC play. Football now as the first round of the NFL draft is this Thursday in Nashville. The Browns are putting the final touches on their draft board as they get set to go to the Volunteer State. Cleveland currently holds 8 picks heading into this weekend's draft, but none in the first round as Browns GM John Dorsey traded that pick to the Giants in the Odell Beckham Jr. trade that sent the star receiver to Cleveland. Now Dorsey has some wiggle room to wheel and deal come the weekend, something that he has shown he is unafraid to do, whether that is a trade up to move back into the first round for an impact player or a trade down to acquire more picks. Well, that's a decision that the veteran GM hasn't made just yet.
If I deem it will help the Cleveland Browns, I'll do that if it helps the organization moving forward. But the compensation on the back end can't be outlandish. It can't be outrageous. It's got to work on both sides. Let's see when we get to the moment of the draft and see how it begins to unfold and watch that draft board unfold as we speak. And if we feel that, we'd like to acquire some extra picks going down the road, maybe we do something like that.
We need to take a break here on Your News Now Sports, but when we return, we hit the ice as the Jackets were back at practice today. Hear from the team as they get ready for the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs right after this. The Blue Jackets back on the ice today, just a few days after their sweep of the President's Trophy winning Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, despite the Jackets' jubilation, the first round is now in the past for Columbus as they set their sights toward the future. Uncharted territory for the Blue Jackets as they get ready to enter the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs for the first time in franchise history. Columbus awaits the winner of the Toronto-Boston series that sees the Maple Leafs leading 3-2, but the Jackets are focused on themselves and what they need to do to properly prepare for a situation that many of these players have never been in before.
I think every team tries to play the right way, and every team has a good system. I think we just executed ours better, and we're going to need to do that even better this round.
Quite honestly, I think it just starts now. I mean, the first round's first round. Now we should be a team thinking, okay, that's done. Now, are we willing to put the time in? And some guys have not had this experience of what you have to do to get ready for the second round.
I've played against Boston 5 times this year, twice with Ottawa and then 3 times here and very recent. So, I mean, they're fresh in a lot of our minds. And I know the guys played, like we all played against Toronto this year. So we kind of know what those teams bring. And, we'll have time before the series to whoever we play to break it down. Obviously, it's a pick your poison situation, 2 really good teams. But we believe in ourselves in here, and we'll be ready for whoever we get.
MLB now, the Tigers unaffected by weather tonight as they have a home date with the White Sox this evening. Jordan Zimmerman on the bump for the Tigers. Top 1, not the start he wanted as Yoan Moncada bombs one to straightaway center. 458 feet on the 6th jack of the season for him. White Sox up early. In the third, Josh Harrison responds for Detroit as he can hit the long ball too. His first of the season as the solo shot ties the ball game once again. But in the 7th, Chicago breaks it open. 2 on, 1 out for Lurie Garcia, who pokes one through the hole. A 2 RBI base knock makes it a 3-run game, and then 2 batters later, it's Jose Abreu turning on one into the corner. Extra bases for Abreu as 2 more runs come around to score. The White Sox win this one 7-3. We finish on the link, second round of the RBC Heritage from Hilton Head, South Carolina today. We begin at 17. Dustin Johnson, a birdie putt from 23 feet away, and he's got it. That pulls him to 6 under. Charlie Hoffman now with a birdie putt of his own at 17, and he too is money. The American finishes the day tied for 7th at 5 under. At 18, the 2014 champ at this tournament, Matt Kuchar for birdie, and from 20 feet, he makes no mistake. A second round 69 for Kuchar. At the ninth, it's DJ once again. Play would be suspended today. Shane Lowry is your leader after the second round, Stu.
All right, thanks, Matt. We'll wrap it up after this.